Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am just Shani and today we're going to be watching scary TikTok story times. First of all, I just want to give a shout out to everybody. Appreciate you guys for commenting and leaving beautiful comments. My mom and me really appreciate all the love. And for the person who asked, my mom said that her saying goodbye to the board was her leaving. She was like, I'm out of here. But no, for real, they did close out the board and say goodbye and everything. I think so. Thank you guys for watching, showing up, and commenting, liking, and subscribing. While we're talking about it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and ring that bell so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. So let's talk about this crazy thing that happened to me the other day. I forgot to clip my nails. Look at that. Look at that one lip. Look at that one nail. Look at that. So November 30th, the last day of November, I came home and I was telling my mom, I went and I was talking to my mom because I was telling her about my day. I usually do that kind of almost every day, especially on the weekends. I was telling her about my day and everything, and I went and I did my nightly routine for when I'm getting home, did my nightly routine, came back into her room, and I was talking to her. But when I walked in her room, I was looking at her clock. Like something was like, look at the clock. And I looked at the clock. It said 11:35, and something kept on saying, just look at the clock. Do not take your attention away from the clock. So I'm just looking at the clock. Like, okay, the clock, okay. And my mom said something, and I look at her. And I look back at the clock because someone's like, look at the clock. Look at the clock. The clock says 11:06. I was like, Mom, what's going on with your clock? Is your clock wrong? She was like, what are you talking about? She looks at her phone. It says 11:06. I was like, Mom, your clock just says 11:35 and now it says 11:06. 30 minutes have disappeared. Where did that 30 minutes go? They're gone. We were winded. I was just like, what is happening? Mom was like, I believe you. And I was just like, what happened? So yeah, weird thing that happened to me on the 30th, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna keep on walking. Conspiracy theorists lane right now. I'm in the world, like I just be freaking out. Somebody said something the other day about the neighbor. I can't remember. They was like, have you ever seen your neighbor do this? And it wasn't the bringing groceries thing. It was something else. And I was just like, bro, if I could think about it, I'm gonna let y'all know. What I watch is iTrack. iTrack could be on it. iTrack and Perky, and you know about Dre. I watch him. I watch a lot of conspiracy theories because it's just like, yo, what if, like a lot of conspiracy theories, like aliens and stuff that people was like, oh, y'all crazy, came true. So it's just like, But anyway, I got sidetracked. That's what happens, We're just going to dive in right now. Thank you for watching. Yeah, let's go.
You snack now, because it's story time. Y'all see how I keep trying to hang on to this silk press? I don't think I forgot. A healthy snack. Anyway, so there is two ladies, and they both own a hair salon not too far from each other. Let's call the first lady Jessica, and let's call the other one Tima. So Jessica owns a salon, and Tima, her salon is like down the street, but not too far. They're still kind of close. Jessica went to school. She's very good at what she does. Her employees are like great. And Jessica, she makes money. Everybody goes to Jessica's salon. Now, Tima's salon, she's good too. She's just not as good as Jessica. She gets customers too, but most people, they go to Jessica. Which at one point starts to cause Tima to struggle a little bit with her salon. And the more she struggled, the more jealousy started growing for Jessica. If y'all know, 9 times out of 10, witchcraft happens out of jealousy. And I feel like y'all already know where this is going. Yes, Tima went to a voodoo priest. She went to a voodoo priest and she's basically like, I want the competition gone. It's not fair that like I'm struggling and she's taking all my customers. I need her gone. So she pays what she has to pay. She does what she has to do. And the voodoo priest gives her the white powder. If you know, you know. He tells her, take this white powder and I want you to spread it at the very front door of her salon before sunrise. And she has to make sure it's before sunrise. So Tima's like, type shit. Goes home. She's excited. She doesn't even go to sleep. She waits until it hit 3 o'clock exactly. She leaves her home. She goes up to Jessica's salon. She gets that powder and she spreads it at the very beginning of Jessica's front door. Then she just goes back to her salon. She doesn't even go home. She gets ready to open because she's like, I'm about to have customers. So boom, Jessica comes to work. She opens up her salon and she's ready for the day. And her usual customers, because she has loyal customers, her usual customers are walking in, but for some reason, they're not falling through. Like, they're coming for their appointments and stuff, but they're leaving. And it's like the stupidest excuses in the world. One stomach was hurting, the other one got a phone call. It's like the randomest things, but they're not staying. They're leaving. So Jessica's like, okay, cool, I'm having a bad day today. That's fine. Things happen until that bad day turned into a bad week. Now, Jessica's not stupid. After about a week of this happening to her, she's like, I think someone got it out for me. She's not sure, right? Until she's driving home from her salon one time and she looks at Tima's salon and it's packed. Well, Jessica's like, type shit, and she goes to her aunt because her aunt is very spiritual. She's not a voodoo priestess, but she knows her stuff. She does that stuff. She goes to her aunt. She explains to her aunt what happened all of a sudden. Customers she's had for years are not coming to her anymore. The aunt hears this and the aunt is like, yeah, that sounds like somebody dead did something to you. Do you want me to do something about it? Jessica's like, absolutely, because I wasn't even bothering you. I just be minding my business. And the aunt is like, type shit. And so they go to the salon the next morning before sunrise. They have like the spiritual cleansing on the salon and they pray over the salon. Type shit. Anyways, they did what they had to do, right? Now, Tima has no idea about this, right? And she's happy. She's getting customers. She's finally making the money that she wanted to make. She's not really struggling as much anymore. So she goes to her salon like a normal Monday morning until she saw a bouquet of flowers in front of her door. Immediately, her heart dropped. She didn't know whether to pick up the flowers or not because she knows what she did. And she knows she doesn't touch it. So she calls the voodoo priest that she went to and told the voodoo priest, there's flowers in front of my door at my hair salon. And the voodoo priest is basically like, okay. And she's like, what do you mean, okay? There's like, I need help. I don't want to touch this. And the voodoo priest is like, type shit, but I can't help you. You know what you did and you know what the risks were. If that person want to get their get back, you can't really be mad at that. She's like, well, you're the voodoo priest. Like, you helped me with this. And the voodoo priest is basically like, yeah, I'm gonna holler at you. So she works up the courage. She looks at the flowers and there was a card. And she read the card. And the card said, return to sender. Let's just say, for the next 3 weeks of Tima's life, not only did she lose her hair salon, she also lost her home. Type shit. Anyways, in case they're really taking away this TikTok thing, I suggest y'all go follow me on Instagram. It's the same as my TikTok. It's in my bio because, you know, I'm going to just start posting stories from there, if anything.
So I didn't realize that this was the real Blizzy. I did not realize that. I do not post her on my YouTube because YouTube does not like her videos. Doesn't, I guess she has them copyrighted, which is completely fine. Like, go follow her. So you probably don't see this video. You're not going to see the first video. So let me just explain it to you because I probably will not, you know, go back and fix this. Anyway, so the story is about two owners of a salon. One salon was popping. The other owner was jealous. She goes to a voodoo priest, gets a curse or whatever. The voodoo priest was like, put some white powder on her door. She was like, if you know, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't want to know. I don't think I do. Anyway, voodoo priest says, do this before sunrise. So she stays up to 3 a.m., does a little powder at her door, and then goes open her salon. When she says she go open her salon after 3 a.m., what salon you know that they open early, like 4 a.m.? Like, I'm asking for a friend because the girlies need to know. You can get an appointment before you got to go to work, so you don't have to wait after you get off of work or reschedule and all this stuff. But who opened up before 4 a.m.? Like, okay, whatever. So anyway, that happens. And she was saying that the booming salon, her regulars start coming in and start leaving, never seen, just going away for some reason. They would have silly excuses like, my stomach hurts, or I gotta take this phone call, I gotta go, girl, like silly excuses. So she was like, okay, well, this is just a bad day. Well, that bad day became a week. And she's like, something ain't right. So she goes to her aunt, I believe. Ooh, I was listening. And her aunt's not like a voodoo priest, but she know her stuff. So she tells her aunt's like, yeah, you've been cursed, honey. And she was like, do you want me to fix it? She was like, of course I do. So she does her thing. They bless it, cleanse it, the salon. And the other salon lady finds flowers at her door, and she's just like, "Oh, what is this? I'm not going to touch this. Should I touch this? I'm not going to touch this." So she calls the voodoo priest and was just like, "There's flowers at my door." And the voodoo priest is like, "Okay, and what you want me to know about it? It's not nothing new about it." Anyway, he's just like, "You know what you did. You know there would be repercussions. You know there would be consequences. Like, here we are now." So she goes and looks at the letter, and it says, the card on the flowers just like return to sender. So within 3 weeks, she lost everything: her salon, her house, all of that. So just in case they removed that, that's what it was. They removed the video. That's what happened. That is crazy. You don't realize how jealous people are. And it's like, there's enough money in this world. Like, they print money all the time. The US prints money daily. There's enough money for all of us. We can all win together. Like, what are we doing right now? Like, come on now. Like, that's crazy. Like, people be trying to get in your pockets just because they're not winning. It's just like, yo, you could have just asked her, "Hey, what are you doing? Like, I noticed you have clients in regular business and foot track." Is that foot tracking? I can't think of the word right now. But you have regular business. What is your secret? Like, yeah, you can work together. They can host an event together. Like, I see, you remember LA Hair? They used to do that all the time, where they do pop-ups with different salons in the area. Like, there's so many other things you can do to win. You don't have to kick somebody down to win. Like, what? That's silly to me. That's crazy. Like, I don't even understand that. Like, if I see you doing something great, I'm gonna come to you woman to woman, like, "Hey, can I get some partners?" Like, I'm gonna celebrate you. Like, "Hey, I love that you're winning." Like, when I was a waitress, my thing was, when you get a tip, I'm winning as well. We're all winning. You're making money. So you're doing a good service. They're gonna come back, and just so happen, maybe I'll be the waitress for them. And they'll be like, "Oh, yo, I have good service last time. I have good service." This is real life. Like, I used to, like, I had got trained by this amazing person. She taught me everything I knew about how to be a waitress. And she would give me her customers. Like, when she wasn't there, or when she was there, she would recommend her customers, like, "Hey," or she knew they were gonna come back and she knew I would be working her schedule, she'd be like, "Hey, let me introduce you to this other waitress. I trained her. She's really great. So next time you come, just ask for her." Like, that's women working together. We are girls. Like, that's what we need to be. We need to help each other out. Like, come on now. Come on.
Stop scrolling so I can tell you a scary story. Stop scrolling. Okay? You here? Are you here? Okay. All right. Let's get into it. Let me tell you about the house I grew up in, okay? It wasn't just haunted. It was wrong. Now, once we moved in, things started off very small, like the TVs turning on and off, lights flickering on and off, okay? And this was a very old house. We would hear footsteps in the hall at night when there was literally nobody there. Beds were sinking, and sinking as in like someone, you know, like when you sit on a bed and the bed sinks, like that kind of sinking, except obviously no one was fucking there. But the house wasn't just haunted. It's gonna sound crazy, but it was alive, okay? And it wanted my mom. She was one that was very receptive to it. She was very into the paranormal. She was into ghosts. She was into that shit. And maybe that's why it targeted her first. I don't know. At first it was very mild, like I said, but then it got violent and it was kind of fucking scary. She'd wake up choking, gasping for air, okay? As if someone was strangling her and then let go. No one was in the room, okay? It was just me and my mom at this point. She would tell me that she saw this girl, and it was a little girl, blonde hair, in a white nightgown, and she would be running up and down the hall. Like I just said, footsteps running up and down the hall, okay? It was the little girl. So I thought. My mom chased after her thinking it was me, okay? Again, it was me and my mom. She walked into my room and I was sound asleep. Then came the Ouija board. And as y'all know, you don't fuck with the Ouija board. You don't fuck with it. My mom bought this old Ouija board off of eBay, okay? And when I say old, I mean this thing looked like it was the first Ouija board ever fucking made, okay? From the moment that thing was brought into the house, shit just changed, okay? The energy shifted. And the energy was already off, but it shifted so bad. This is when the crazier shit started happening. And my mom became obsessed with it. And I mean, she would use it every single day, obsessed with it. And she carried that thing everywhere with her, okay? I'm talking to the bathroom, to the kitchen, to the living room, to her car. And she just kept saying it was calling to her, and it was calling her mama. And I don't like it. I don't like it. And then this is where shit hits the fucking fan, okay? We started hearing scratching on the walls, as if it was kind of like something alive was in the wall and was trying to get out, okay? And obviously at first we're like, okay, maybe there's squirrels in there, maybe there's rodents in there, maybe we got mice, you know? Spoiler alert, we don't. And doors didn't just slam, okay? They would rattle. They would rattle violently, as if someone was trying to break through. There were also times we would hear things breaking from the kitchen, and of course we'd run down there and there was nothing broken. Like, there was nothing. Nothing fell, literally nothing. Now, one night, I woke up to my door opening. Not only was my door opening, but it was creaking, okay? And it was creaking back and forth, okay? My door was moving back and forth very slowly, just like this. I finally just yelled for it to stop, okay? I said, stop it, stop it. I was freaking out, okay? I was a little kid. I didn't know what the fuck this shit was at the time. Because I had to speak my piece, then it came for me. At this age, I didn't believe in any of this, okay? I didn't want to. But one fateful night, when everyone was upstairs, I wanted some orange juice, okay? So I went down to the kitchen. I passed the hallway, the same hallway that my mom saw that little girl in the white dress with blonde hair in. And that hallway always felt wrong. That hallway would make the hair on the back of my neck stand up. That hallway, you know, like those memes and TikTok videos where people are like, oh, when you have to go downstairs for a drink and it's dark and you have to turn the lights on and you run the fuck upstairs. Like, that was literally how I got through the hallway. I would run. It always just felt like something was staring at you or stalking you, which is a better term to say because quite literally we were being stalked by this little ghosty ghost, okay? I finally make it to the kitchen and I make it to the counter. I poured my drink and then we used to have these bead curtains over our sliding door that was there, you know, like the beads you walk through. I don't know if they still make them nowadays. That shit just started swinging violently, okay? As if something has punched it, okay? And I don't know about y'all, but growing up and still to this day, I punch my shower curtain, okay? My shower is when I vent, okay? You know, like when you punch a shower curtain and if you don't, trust me, I am mentally stable occasionally. But it was like that, as if someone punched the fucking beads, okay? And of course, as a kid, I froze. And I just felt like something was behind me, okay? And in the corner of my eye, I saw a shadow fly by, okay? I know I wasn't crazy. I know what the fuck I saw, okay? So I took off, okay? I didn't run. I bolted to my room. Things only got worse. One night, my mom heard loud ass banging, okay? I heard it too. It literally sounded like someone was taking a hammer to the walls, okay? But the next morning, my mom didn't just hear banging. No, okay? She heard scraping, as if someone above her, like, you know, someone on the next level, was dragging a chair across the floor. And that same night, I was going to the bathroom late at night. I woke up, I had to pee, okay? I wake up, it's probably middle of the night, probably 3 o'clock, you know, and I turn the light off in the bathroom and I go to walk out the door and bitch, I saw a shadow, okay? And it was a perfect shadow of a person. All black figure, no face, okay? Just the outline. I'm talking Shaquille O'Neal tall, okay? I mean, you could stack my body 5 times and that still wasn't tall enough. And I ran to my mom's room and I told her, and the very next morning, she called a priest. He told us to cut the Ouija board into 7 pieces and burn it as far away as we could from the house. So we drove to a park, I think about 2 hours away. Okay, 2 hours. We drove 2 hours to burn this shit.
embers rose into the air. It was almost like it was fucking snowing. For a place that doesn't snow, the Ouija board was our snow. To be completely honest, after that, the activity did die down. We still never felt safe. No. And I think we were so traumatized by that, we still heard and felt things, but it wasn't, I'm not gonna say it wasn't bad. It wasn't as bad. And about a year and a half after, we actually moved. Okay, and we moved to another house that is currently haunted, you know, not sinisterly haunted. Is that a word? If not, I just made it up. You're welcome. Okay, this one's fine. Okay, it's like friendly ghosts, friendly spirits, and it is what it is. And it's rare that something actually happens. Even to this day, I mean, this happened about 25 years ago, okay? Even to this day, I think about it and chills run down my spine. And sometimes I just wonder, like, was it haunted? Like, was our house haunted? Or was it just something very sinister that wanted to take control? You know what I mean? Probably not. Whatever. Have you guys ever experienced something like this? And if so, please drop it down below because I love reading these. And this is actually a story from one of my followers. So shout out to you, boo. She did not want to share it, but she did feel comfortable enough sharing it with me, and I absolutely adore that. So if you guys have a paranormal experience that you don't want to share, but you want me to share it, just send me a message and I got you. Okay? I said it once and I'll say it again. Stop fucking with Ouija boards. And there's people like, well, I messed with them and nothing happened. Well, hooty hoo for you, boo. Must be nice. Hell no. Hell no. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I love you. And yeah. Let me know what you want to see next. Love you.
So, yeah. About this, thinking that it's Dee's creator's story. She made it seem like she experienced this. This is her story. I need just a disclaimer, like, hey, this isn't my story, or this story is made up, or just something like. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I was something like, girl, you went through that. Your mom was adopting the Ouija board now, like, ugh, girl, bye. It was too much going on in that story, bro. It was too much scary stuff going on because why? You seeing a little kid that is description is like all the descriptions that we already know about what they see when they see this little kid, little girl in a dress, like, and then you get a Ouija board. Like, what was the thought process behind that one? Like, were you trying to see who the little girl is? Like, I don't know. Because somebody one of y'all commented that if you see a little kid ghost, ain't no way God is going to leave them here. Like, they're going to heaven. Like, they're not going to be roaming the earth. Like, it's one of those D words that's just, in disguise. So, yeah, no. We don't like seeing little kids ghosts. Like, that's not a thing for us. Like, that's a thing to be like, oh no, red flag. So you get this board and this you just come attached to this board, like it's calling you. Like, girl, don't answer the call. Don't answer the call at all. Disconnect the line. Yo, that's what it was, you guys. You remember earlier in the video, I was just like, yo, if you see this, your neighbors. No, it wasn't about the neighbors. It wasn't about the neighbors. It was about the telephones, the pay phones. They were just like, it's something connected to the matrix. They was like, why did they get rid of pay phones? Somebody had looked up telephone. Is a telephone the same thing as a cell phone? And Google was like, no, they're not the same thing. They was like, the toll phones were landlines, bruh. And somebody was like, when did that happen? When did they get rid of them? Did you see it happen? And I was just like, bro, no, for real. One day I woke up and they were all gone. There was one left at this gas station. It was a Shell gas station. You know, the Shell gas stations where the gas pump is there when you first pull in, and then you drive to the window and you pay the person there. There was one toll phone there, and it just disappeared. Like, it was one left with the the yellow pages and everything, one there, one left, and then all of a sudden it was gone. Didn't see nobody take it away. And I was just like, bro. Somebody was like, that's the line, like in the Matrix where she was trying to get to the telephone pole telephone, the box. That was the one thing that like kept us connected, like took us out of the matrix. I was like, bro, I've never thought about that. But I remember I was alive when there was payphones, and I remember when they just disappeared except for one, bro. And now you just, well, I don't even think you see them anymore. They used to be just boxes, but now I don't even think the boxes are there anymore, bro. It's like, don't answer the phone call or fire you. You know, landlines. How many people got them? Not many people have them anymore. Just, you know, your grandparents and stuff. But shoot, now my grandparent, oh no, she got a landline. But yeah, like that's crazy to me. But no, we're not answering phone calls. We're not getting a Ouija board, like, and taking it everywhere. Why are you taking it to the bathroom, girl? You asking somebody, is this a number 1 or number 2? Should I wipe from the back or the front? Like, what are you asking? Man, I don't get that one. I'm not trying to get it. But yeah, that was a lot, friend. I'm glad she got a priest, because I was doing too much. Way too much. You seeing stuff. It's very aggressive, it seems like. It was very aggressive. You do it, girl, if... Just kid me, knowing that I would not pee. I would pee before bed, and if I wake up and had to pee, I would just hold it. Well, I don't know, it was little me had a little trouble. Sometimes I would just forget how to wake up when you had that pee dream. It's like, oh, I think I'm awake. But I've learned tricks. I learned tricks when I was younger to, you know, make sure that never happened. But nowadays, as an adult, I can have that pee dream and still not pee. Like, it's great. I love it. I'll be like, yo, peeing in my dream, and thank goodness not peeing in real life. So yeah, I would have held my pee or something, like, girl, bye. But you seeing shadows that are taller than you? Nope. Hearing chairs being pulled? Nope. Stop it. I'm glad they got a priest. I'm glad they moved, because that was too much. And they moved into another haunted house, bruh. She's like, it was friendly ghosts. Yo, I just watched Beetlejuice 2. Kind of like it, and it was really different than what I was expecting. Like, stuff was just moving too fast. Like, if you see the original Beetlejuice, and y'all know I watched it on my birthday this year, and then seeing this new Beetlejuice, it was just like, it's not adding up. And then the dad wasn't there. He died. They didn't kill the dad off because he had legal troubles in real life. And I'm just like, bro, like, what is happening? I still kind of like it. I was just like, I didn't like that they had the love aspect. I was like, why do we have a love scene? But it made sense afterwards. But I feel like it was just moving too fast from what the original was. It was like, it just made sense off the bat with the original one. It was just like, oh, this made sense. And then the new one was just like, okay, I'm working with it. I'm watching it. It's a process. So yeah, like this video. Make sure you follow all the creators and subscribe. If you're wondering where I got that from, Charlotte Dobre. Go watch her. She's a Virgo. Go watch her.